Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has abused his power more comprehensively than ever before. At least that's how some EU parliamentarians, who are now sharply critical, see it. After Viktor Orbán's election victory in Hungary, MEPs accused the Hungarian Prime Minister of abuse of power. Orbán has abused his power more extensively than ever before, wrote the Vice President of the European Parliament, Katharina Barley, from the German Social Democrats on Twitter. Only in this way could he win against the opposition. Orbán's Fidesz party won Sunday's parliamentary election by a surprisingly clear margin. Barley and Green MEP Daniel Freund also accused the EU Commission of not having taken any steps against Orbán's policies in recent years. The Brussels authorities have not managed for years to take action against an autocrat in their own ranks, wrote Freund on Twitter. The appeasement policy of Commission President Ursula von der Leyen towards Orbán must finally end, criticized the Liberal MEP Moritz Körner. Hungary has been at odds with Brussels for years over constitutional misconduct. The European Parliament has repeatedly called for the use of the so-called rule of law mechanism, which can cut funding from an EU country if it violates common principles. Although the European Court of Justice, the ECJ, rejected complaints from Poland and Hungary against this rule of law mechanism in mid-February, the EU Commission has so far failed to take any corresponding measures. From the point of view of his critics, Orbán has transformed the country into an increasingly authoritarian one and implemented electoral reforms in favor of his own party. In addition, most of the media in Hungary are now under state control. Even before the vote, activists warned of significant electoral fraud. And in foreign policy, this could mean intensified confrontations with the EU. The Brussels institutions are working to cut or withdraw EU funding for violations of the rule of law, even if they haven't done so yet. There is a suspicion that some of the EU funds are flowing into corrupt channels, thereby helping to stabilize what they call Orbán system. At the same time, in recent years, Orbán has allied himself with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who operates a similar system, financed not by EU funds, but by revenue from the sale of raw materials. Russia's war against Ukraine put Orbán in a precarious position. The Hungarian half-heartedly supported the EU decisions to condemn Russia and arm Ukraine. So far, however, he has avoided openly naming the Kremlin ruler as an aggressor. The latter made it worthwhile for him by being one of the first to congratulate him on his election victory. In the EU and NATO, however, Orbán is increasingly isolated. His electoral triumph may give him satisfaction for the time being. How far this will take him on the international stage seems uncertain. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.